Hello, everyone. I just went on Twitter and I saw, the message by Daniel Bwala, who was a former APC chieftain and left APC and moved to PDP because, according to him, that was when Tinubu chose Shetima, and then he felt that Muslim ticket was an insult to his sensibilities. It was unjust, which even myself, that's for me, that's my stand. It's a very unjust way, especially in our country, having come from the fact that a Muslim president had just finished ruling, because he wasn't leading. He had just finished ruling, and he did a very, very shoddy job. And people had been killed, a lot of killings that were sort of like religiously motivated and all of that. And so he changed. Now he's showing a situation. In the last few days, of course, I've seen him talking about all the things that Tinubu is doing and how he's doing amazing things and whatever. I'm like, I can't see those things. But the interesting thing for me is the fact that it's still a Muslim ticket. It's still a Muslim illegitimate president and a Muslim illegitimate vice president. Nothing has changed. So what has changed now? Is it? I don't get it. Oh yes, want to work for. I don't get where people think that the only way to work for Nigeria is for you to be in government. You don't have to be in government to work for Nigeria. Even as opposition, you can't work for Nigeria in opposition. That's why you keep pointing out what are they doing wrong. You need to. This needs to be done. This hasn't been done, and all of that. So I don't get this mentality where they always keep talking about that. Oh, you need to be there. And then he was talking about the fact that Tinubu has shown difference from the last administration, though I don't think he mentioned Buhari's name. He just said last administration, that he's not seeking to protect his own people, he's sacking people. This same Daniel Bwala was defending Buhari left, right, and center when Buhari were doing all the nonsense he was doing while he was in office. Today it's now Tinubu that is doing. I'm trying to see these amazing things that Tinubu had done, because I can see them. Maybe I'm blind, sha, and his eyes are open. But it's just crazy. Sometimes when I look at, I just look at Atiku and the people that he has around him. Where's the loyalty? Anyway, maybe it's me, sha. I don't know this thing, but I think just take a look. Just take a look at the this thing that he did, and when he was talking and the whole. And the first one, Marcel, the first one I'm going to show is the one where Tinubu was shaking him, and like, hi, somebody shaking you without even looking at you, looking at the camera. There's no this thing. Anyway, what do I know? And then the second one, of course, what he was saying and all of that. It's just crazy. Take a watch.
When I look at this, I'm like, what kind of handshake is this? Not looking at each other, just focused on the camera. Even when your hand is off the person, there's not even anything like acknowledging the person that you're shaking. Crazy.
I honor the invitation of His Excellency President Bola Tinubu, who is a father to the nation, who God has given the opportunity to lead the country at this difficult time. And so I came to celebrate and congratulate him, and then to also give him our commitment that as citizens of the country, this is a time for all of us to throw our weight behind and support the administration. I gave an illustration of an aircraft that has taken off. The aircraft is the country. The passengers are the citizens. The pilot is Mr. President. His co-pilot is Excellency the Vice President. The cabin officials might be the ministers or other agents of the Federation. You may not like the takeoff of the airplane. You may have even your perspective about the way the pilot is, walking towards the turbulence, above the sea level. But one fact that must bind all of us is that the plane needs to land so all of us can be alive. When it lands, you can also say you don't like the way it lands. But at the 39,000 feet above sea level, the prayer of everybody, including the pilot and the passenger, will be the safe landing of the plane. Because if the plane crashes, apart from the aircraft getting destroyed, the pilot, the co-pilot, the cabin members, and all the passengers' life at risk. So at this difficult time, what we need is to throw our support and then see how we're able to navigate around, because there are difficult things in this country: hardship, poverty, insecurity. And the only way we can come together and support the achievement of this objective, I think, is for us to give our best in supporting the administration. So I came to congratulate him and then to tell him that I'm particularly excited about the recent policy decision he has taken to demonstrate that he's about the people and not just protecting his people. He took decisions against certain ministers who allegedly were, said to have committed infraction. The marked difference between him and the previous administration is that the previous administration may want to cover in order to avoid the backlash that the government is corrupt. But he is not about that. If this thing will touch on the poorest of the poor, humanitarian, that's the focus. And anybody who is caught wanting should not be covered. I told Mr. President I was thrilled by that decision. Yesterday again, he surprised us by the policy decision he has made to reduce the cost of governance. So it is like the unfolding. The most important thing in my communication with him was to look at his demeanor as he was talking to me about his passion for the country and the intention, to make sure that he leads a country with integrity. And you can have opinion from outside. When you sit from across table and you hear him, you can see what I've been taught as a lawyer is you not just know the law, you must know the demeanor of the judge. This informs your capacity to advocate. And that's what I did today. I was looking at the demeanor. I
So
could see
that's
the
it.
path.
You're saying it for yourself. Thank you for watching.